You know that every Thursday right here on the show, we have our book chats. And this morning, Olayemi Fadero is our author for today. He's a physiotherapist by training, a writer, a recording gospel artist, and an inspirational speaker. He's the author of a number of books, including Pathways to a Glorious Life, Streets, Operational Code, and the book for today, quite an interesting headline, I would say, title rather, How to Remain Sane in the Insane World. Interesting. I think everybody needs some guidelines on how to remain sane in today's world. But how are you doing?
I'm very fine. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good to have you here.
Same here. Thank you.
Now let's talk about what inspired the book and the title specifically. Have you experienced some insane moments that drove you crazy? Like, "Ah!" But hey, talk to us about the inspiration for the
Okay.
book.
Thank you. I think sometime last year I had to give a talk on a WhatsApp group
Okay.
on how to remain sane or how to be calm in a time like this.
Yeah.
That was the time when the rate of things were just on the high side.
Okay.
The price of food, the price of everything.
Okay.
So just on the high side. So I had to give that talk on how to remain sane. So after the whole thing, I just decided to turn it into a book. And I sat down and started writing on how you can just own your life, on how you can maintain your sanity in this fast-paced world. But I need to write something attractive. So the
Yeah,
topic must
something
be catchy.
catchy.
So that's why it's just something like that.
It is catchy, How to Remain Sane, because I'm sure everyone watching right now can completely relate with the title.
Yes.
And then there was something that caught my attention that which which I'd like to highlight here.
Okay.
Read the good news before reading the trending news. I know we all have social media wrapped, or social media has us wrapped around, the
Yes.
euphoria of it and everything that is not real about, the realities that we are currently living with constantly.
Yes.
So talk to us about, that particular chapter.
Okay, thank you. You know, our generation, just like you said, we are so attached to our phones. I want to know what is happening. At times, before we sleep at night, we sleep off reading chats or responding to chats. When we wake up in the morning or midnight, the first thing we want to do is to pick it up, probably to reply the last message of the night, or to probably check what's trending on X, your TikTok post, and most times the things that we see there, they are things that can just bring down your spirits.
I agree.
So there should be a way you probably find a way, probably take your phone away, put off your data early in the morning, make it a point of duty not to sleep in the same room with your phone. Put off your data, don't touch the phone until after 3 hours of the day. So you would set probably like a religious book or something positive to just start your day with. It can be a message, it can be something encouraging enough so that at least you have something like a very soft landing early in the morning. So when the bad news that you are seeing is even coming, at least you have something to resist it. And I won't blame those in the media world. Bad news sells faster.
Yeah,
You understand?
sensational.
So it's
Yeah.
sensational. People want to see the breaking news, but before you check it out, it's better for you to just have something positive enough,
Yeah.
so at least your head will be calmer. Because maybe the first thing you want to see there is how an accident happened somewhere, someone was kidnapped. If you keep looking at that first thing in the morning, it can set the tune of your day. And from one issue to the other like that. But if you start with something positive enough, at least the larger dose of something positive, you can, like any negative thing coming,
Yeah.
you can just bury it straight up.
It's funny because it's quite a coincidence. So this morning I was saying to myself, I've been having difficulty sleeping at night.
Okay.
It's been quite a struggle for the last couple of days. And then I currently read up, I did a research, and then I realized that of your phone could be actually one of the reasons you're not sleeping well,
Yes.
because of how, the lights from the phone
Yes, actually.
affect our circadian rhythm,
Yes,
and
yes.
that sort of affects your melatonin reduction in your body, which doesn't, which is supposed to, help you sleep.
Sleep at the right
But
time, yes.
once the exposure to your phone, the lights and all of that affects it alters your circadian
rhythm,
rhythm.
yes, it's true.
rhythm. So yes, that one is spot on. I completely agree with you. So stay
So
away from
at
your
least,
phone at least an hour when you wake up.
at
But
least you
let's
do
talk
more
about,
productive things
yeah,
first.
how difficult it is to maintain our joy.
Mm.
Joy and peace is very important in these times.
It's very, very
And you
important.
highlighted, you said in your book that we should maintain our joy. How can we maintain this joy?
Thank you. You know, one of the ways to maintain your joy is to have things that will make you joyful around you. For some, it's music. You understand? Just know what works for you. It can be your goals, having your goals somewhere close to your bed. You know, that can actually help you. Or you have the picture of something that you are looking forward to.
Yeah.
You know, some people, they are working maybe because of their children. If you have your children's picture in your wallet or close to you somewhere, it makes it easy for you when you wake
Yeah.
up every morning and be like, even if I'm being stressed at work, I know it's because of this.
Yeah.
Understand? Some, okay, I have this car I want to buy. It can be that, you know, it can be joy and hope and peace. All these things are related. But it should not be based on what is ephemeral things too. Because if, for example, your joy is attached to your phone,
Yeah.
let's say an iPhone, for example, every time you have an upgrade to it. So that means even if you have a new iPhone for now,
Yeah.
giving you joy, in the next 3 months there's another upgrade. Do you
Now
understand? So
that
technology
is,
should not
yeah.
be what is giving you joy, because it's something you can't see the end of it.
I agree.
Even automobiles but it can be something. It can be something not even tangible, not physical. You understand? It can be an abstract idea. It can be a goal that you have set for yourself. Like I was telling you the other time, I have planned to write 12 books
This
in
year.
2024, 25,
Five,
sorry, in
yeah.
2025. And even before we enter the year, I have, as at this morning, I think I'm done with the second one.
Okay,
already.
now that's some goal setting.
You know, yeah, it's part of those things I wrote about in the book too. You know, because if you don't set goals for yourself, you just be drifting away with what is happening around.
But with goal settings comes a lot of pressure
Well,
and anxiety, especially when you're starting off the year. You already see people that want to set goals, aspiring, having dreams, already written. They say write your dreams on the plane.
okay.
Write your dreams on the wall, make them plain. Even the
Okay.
Bible talks about
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Right. But then so goal setting can actually put one under pressure. Must we all set goals?
Well, it depends on the kind of goals you're setting. Any goal you're setting should be smart. And your smart goal is simple, specific, right? So the different areas of your life should be measurable, should be something attainable, should be realistic, and should be timed.
Okay.
So some people at the beginning, you set a goal that is not realistic. For example, you are a jobless person, and your goal is to probably have $1 billion by March. And you are not even planning to probably get a job or to do something that will bring
but
that
God
money.
works in miraculous ways.
Yes, a miracle not the tire Jesus. You know, but the truth is you can't live your life like that.
Yeah.
Goal setting is good, but you should not set high fallacious goals. There are a lot of people that just set unrealistic goals, and if your goals are unrealistic, so that means before you start, you have failed already.
Let's talk about optimism. Yeah, because that's something that in this, so that also is sort of tailored to some of the things that we are, that drives us. In the beginning of the year, you're optimistic. Oh, those goals. Oh, that dream. Oh, that job. Oh, that car. Oh, that, that relationship. I'm going to get married, And you highlighted in your book where you talked about not being a pessimist, but being an optimistic person.
Of course.
Especially in the economy that we are all faced with, which of
Yes.
course there's money in this country, guys. There's a lot of money. So yeah, let's talk about
Yes, for an optimist, it's good to be optimistic actually, but you should also face reality.
Yeah.
There should be a balance. We were talking about balance backstage
right.
the other time. There should be a balance. Being optimistic does not mean you will be planning things that it's not in your power to actually achieve. You get, I don't want to live my life or set my goals or be optimistic with things that will depend on others.
Yeah.
I don't want to depend on others for fulfilling. Like, I need people, actually, but I'm not at their mercy. I have values I want to give. Every relationship I enter into, I want to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Okay, this person, even if I'm entering a relationship with you, this friendship, we have defined it. I know what to expect from you. I know a little about you. But I will also put the aspect, I will put allowance for the fact that you are human. So now, if my expectation is completely 100% on you, that's when I'll be totally disappointed.
Now that is one point I was coming to: disappointments,
Yes.
rejection. There are a lot of people that face disappointments just at the tail end of last year. And some are even still experiencing disappointments now that the year had just started. And it has already automatically set the tones for them in their minds, because they're like, oh, if I'm being disappointed, oh, I'm definitely going to have a bad year. Talk to us about that, because that's one of the, it's not insane, it's some of the things that we have to face even as human beings.
Yeah, one of the, there's a book I'm currently working on, Dare to Succeed. And the last chapter of the book, I'm talking about, I spoke about 24 hours rule. And the 24 hours rule is all about you allowing anything that happened to die at night.
Oh, okay.
Good. So the 24 hours rule is just simply talking about, even if I have a success today, when I sleep and wake up, I face life squarely again.
Okay.
Then if there is a failure, failure is just an event, it's not a person. If there is a failure, I face it, sleep over it. If I need to cry, cry. The next day, I start my life. That's how life should be.
Right.
Now, athletes, what they do is, an Olympian, after winning gold, today, the next day, is back on the track to prepare for the next Olympic.
I agree.
So 24 hours rule, it will really help you a lot. Like, no matter what has happened, okay, I'm not in control of everything. But the only thing I'm in control of is my attitude to what is happening. I can't control the attitude of people. For example, you are driving in Lagos, you can't control the attitude of the guys on the road. You know, what you can do is just to maintain your own look. You know, when you are driving, when I was learning how to drive, my teacher told me, the only person, when you're on the road, the only person that is sane, just know is yourself.
You. Yeah, so, you're driving for every other person on the road.
So if you have that in mind, you just know, okay, this has happened. What lesson have I been able to learn from this?
Interesting perspective. I love
then
that.
you move on. Like, that's the way we should see life. If you succeed from something, every success that you even have, that you can't track, that you don't know how it happened, you can't reproduce it. And that's why people that win lottery or they win bets, they win in a bet, they get poor or poorer because they don't have the principle.
This has been an insightful conversation. I've learned even quite a number of things from this conversation, and I know a lot of people watching right now. I mean, I feel like your book is the perfect way to start the year.
Yes.
You know, how to be sane in an insane world, how to be sane regardless of the challenges or regardless of the people that you experience and that you're faced with, this year. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts with the world. How to remain sane in an insane world. I think that's a book that you should get when it's out in the bookstores. At this juncture, we have to head over to the kitchen. I hope you're ready to join us.
Why not?
All right, let's go.
All right.